So Tom, Sigma's doing a little bit more with cameras now, and I know we've had a SD9 in the past. Now we've got actually two models. It's both an SLR and a rangefinder.
That's correct.
The rangefinder is a little unusual. It's really looks almost like it has a styling very reminiscent of the high-end rangefinders like the Leicas and things in the past.
Right.
What can you tell us about this? What's the model number?
Okay, the camera is called the DP1, and it's Sigma's first compact digital camera. And the major thing that makes it so unique is the fact that it is using the Foveon image sensor, the new model, the 14 megapixel, so it makes it the highest pixel count on any compact digital camera. But even more than that, it's the same sensor that we're using in our digital reflex cameras, so it is a massive, by compact camera standards, it's a massive image sensor. It's 10 to 12 times the area of the average image sensor on a compact digital camera. This allows us, in spite of the fact that it has so many pixels, that the pixels can actually be larger. Larger pixels being more sensitive, they gather more light, they have a better signal-to-noise ratio. So one of the major complaints of compact digital cameras, in spite of how many pixels, was relatively high noise levels, much higher than found on images from digital reflex cameras. Now that's all been done away with because we're using the larger image sensor with the larger pixels. So the noise levels are comparable to those of the best digital reflex cameras.
Wow, that's great. And what sort of a lens does it have on it there?
Okay, this camera is designed with a specific dedicated lens. It's a non-interchangeable lens. The focal length is 16.6 millimeters, which is equivalent to a 28 millimeter wide angle on a 35 millimeter camera. Relatively fast aperture f4, and complete control of aperture and shutter speed on the camera. But being a dedicated lens for this camera and image sensor, they're able to optimize the image quality, the optical performance of the lens, so that they can fully utilize the potential image quality of the Foveon image sensor.
Great. So this is for a camera for the enthusiast that really wants to get back to the aesthetic of the rangefinder camera with very high image quality, as you say, a larger sensor and a lot of resolution in a very small package.
Exactly, exactly.
Great.
And it gives, it really retains many of the features of the SLR camera in terms of controls. You have not only automatic exposure, but there's full control of shutter speed and aperture. And although it is an autofocus lens and features 5 focusing sensors, the autofocus can be disabled and you can focus the lens manually as well.
Great, and it's got a hot shoe on the top too, so you can mount an external flash on it as well.
Correct. Has a dedicated hot shoe. Current Sigma dedicated flashes for Sigma cameras can be used. We're also developing a compact flash specifically for use with this new DP1 camera. And the hot shoe can also be used, if you're not using the flash, there is an optional optical viewfinder. So the camera can now be used for eye level, as an eye level camera, which helps make it even more stable and could further improve image quality by eliminating possibilities of vibration.
Great. And what's the price point, and when can we start seeing this in the stores, do you think?
Okay, well, the price hasn't been firmly established yet. I believe it'll be under $1,000. Hopefully it'll be well under $1,000. It will not be, a very inexpensive camera, but what it has to offer, I think, will justify a more moderate price. Availability will probably begin in April or May of this year at our present expectation.
Great, so you can start looking for that fairly soon after the show.